wasn't planning on doing a video this week, but you guys loved the first one, and some companies sent me stuff, so we are going to try them out. Before jumping into the content of that box, guys, if you love this 8th-gen build, it's going to be a budget build. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, there's a ton of other projects on the channel. There's the Car Gems project, which is a left-hand drive DC5 Type R. This video is going to be out soon. You're going to love it. But now the focus is this 8th-gen Civic. I decided to, because there's winter in Canada here, so I need to put all the cars in storage. I decided to get myself a fun little car. I had a 22 Civic Si. I thought the car was just still a little bit boring, so I decided to jump into the last of the great Civic Si. So this one is powered by a K20. It's a great powertrain. I love the transmission. It's a great car. A lot of people are saying this is the last great Si, so that's why I bought this one. This one, by the way, never saw winter. But maybe it's a shame that I'm going to drive it into this Canadian winter, this winter. But you know, we are going to have fun. So without further ado, let's jump into the content of that box. Today we are going to install the Acuity shifter linkage bushing. It's going to improve the shifting feel dramatically. So I had these in my 2020 Civic Type R. I also got a set of these into the DC5 Type R. They are super great. And also they sent me a little care package. I've got some stickers, I've got a lanyard. It's pretty cool. And I just dropped a sticker into the water. That's good. And also, when I got that car, this car had aftermarket HIDs. I hate those, so BPS reached out to me and they offered me to use their LED system for my car, so for the low beams and the fog lights. You may realize that one of the fog lights is not in the greatest shape, so if you got the left-hand side fog light for 09 to 11 Civic Si, let me know because I need one. So without further ado, let's clean this car and let's install these parts. Let's go. Okay, so 2 days passed. There's a reason why I'm dressed differently. The car is dirty, even though seconds ago I was washing the car. The reason is we had some compressor issues inside the shop, so I wasn't able to work on it. So we are now 2 days later. And by the way, the reason why I'm wearing that shirt, I just want to let you know that right now you can go buy your Racer's Head shirt. There's been a new drop. If you order now, you'll get it right before Christmas. So if you're a Fast and Furious fan, you definitely know what this shirt is all about. But with that said, let's put that aside and let's talk about the car. So like I said, we received some products from BPS Lightning, which is the LEDs that I'm going to install in the car, LED conversion instead of the regular bulbs. And we are going to improve the shifter feel by changing the Acuity shifter linkage bushing. But keep that in mind, these are less than $100. So definitely we are starting this cheap build on the right foot. So let's put that car on the left and let's check that out. We are going to start with the shifter linkage bushing. So we are going to install the Acuity bushings now. It's pretty simple. It's a small package, but it's going to do a lot inside your car. So first off, let's open the box. We've got some Acuity C-clips for the bushings. We've got a sticker and we've got the actual bushings. What that does is basically in the car you've got rubber bushings. So let's just say you're shifting from second to third, you're going to feel like a rubbery feel at the end of the travel of your shifter, and this will give you a much more crisp feel into the shift. You don't need a short shifter to feel the difference. But of course, if you're going to install a short shifter inside your car, these are a must. It's going to feel like metal to metal. It's going to be in a good way, by the way. And I've heard some rumors that Acuity is actually working on a 8th-gen Civic short shifter.
I'm just saying it, but anyway, these are the bushings for now. We are going to install that. It's going to be good, and yeah, so let's do that. One good thing in my car, I don't have the original intake. I don't have the original plastic intake. I've got like a knockoff short ram intake, which I'm going to change, by the way. But it's going to make the job much easier since I just need to remove the intake and go straight to the bushings. So let's go. Gotta put it into the Honda Boy maintenance. Also, try, if you're doing this, try to let your engine sit for a bit. I just drove the car for like 45 minutes. It's super freaking hot in there. I mean, it's bearable. If you're in there, make sure to check your mass airflow because this can be dirty and you need to clean it sometimes, so that's a good thing. So let's move that out of the way. Fuck, that's super dirty. And even though this car is super clean, I mean, it's harder to work on that thing than my DC5. So I don't know if you can clearly see it, but it's super easy to replace those shifter bushings. The big one that we got right here goes right there, and the smaller one goes right there. So I just need to remove the C-clip. And also what's cool, Acuity is actually providing brand new C-clips. So we are going to remove that and go ahead with the installation. It should take nothing more than probably like 10 minutes. So let's do this.
So guys, just for comparison, these are the bushings from Acuity, and this is the original one. So they, like I said, they are rubber, so you can feel some play in it, and that's exactly what you feel when you're handling the shifter. No puns intended. But anyway, we are going to replace with these. Same goes with the smaller one, this one. So it's basically the same thing. So we are going to install these. We're almost done.
Okay, so just to show you how it's done, we swap the bushing right there, and you can see the C-clip that they gave me. It's retaining the bushing in place. Then you just need to slide it right there, and you reinstall the cutter pin right there. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. It's a bit harder. I don't know if it's because there's like oxidation inside, but I'm having a hard time to slide the bushing in. But other than that, it's going to go right there, and as you can see, there won't be any play with these. So it's finally installed. As you can see, this one was the hardest because the C-clip in behind is like a spiral, and I was trying to put it like right away on top just to lock it in place. But if you undo the spiral, it's actually super easy to install. Didn't know that. That's my error. And the other bushing right there. It's sad because nobody will ever see those bushings. By the way, I should clean this bracket. It looks terrible. Other than that, everything's pretty clean. So let's reinstall the intake right there. We're going to clean the mass airflow while we're at it, and close the hood. Well, not really, because after that we are going to change the headlights. Well, the headlights bulb for LEDs. So let's go. So I just finished up the install with the Acuity shifter bushings on the car, and honestly, you cannot feel it through the lens, but take my words for it, honestly, it's awesome. The shifter feel much more crisp, even though I still got the original shifter box of the car, the OEM one. We are going to change that in the future. There's also the shifter bushings, the shifter base bushings that you can order through the Acuity website. I do not have these, full disclosure, I do not have these installed on the car, but they are going to improve dramatically the feel of the car. But the shifter linkage bushing themselves do a huge improvement right from the get-go. I don't think there will be no vibration whatsoever. I also got these on my 2020 Civic Type R, and it was perfect. It was perfect, and I cannot expect anything less in this car. This is a beautiful platform. The 8th Gen is super popular, but honestly, I'm looking forward to test drive the car with the new bushings. So we are going to take the car on the road pretty soon, but first we are going to change the lighting system on the car. Right now I've got the stock halogen bulbs. They are not the greatest. If your lenses from the headlights are getting foggy and you are still rocking the original bulbs, you won't see anything. They are terrible headlights, and I'm pretty sure the BPS LEDs are going to do a dramatic change on the car. So let's move the car forward, because there's a thing on a 8th Gen Civic Si. If you want to replace the bulbs or do the LED conversion for that matter, you need to go underneath the fenders in order to change the headlights. That sucks. That's I know, you know, the famous meme, what a mechanic hates from the engineers. This is it. Unlike the DC5 where you can just change the bulb from under the hood, you need to get the car high in the air and remove a wheel and change that. So that's what we are going to do. Luckily we have a beautiful space to work. Let's move the car forward, let's lift the car, and let's change those headlights.
As you can see, these headlights, they are not the best. Maybe by 2011 standard, and even so. I mean, this car was designed in 2006. They are doing a terrible job. When I got the car, you probably saw some pictures of the car with the headlights on, and yes, they were blue because they were HIDs. I think I drove probably 24 hours with those lights, and I threw them into the garbage. They were terrible, but what's even terrible than HIDs? Stock headlights. So we are going to install the BPS lighting LEDs. So I've got a set for the fog lights, and I've got a set for the low beams. As for the high beams, I don't want to burn the retina of the people driving towards me, so I'm going to stick with the OEM one. But as for the other lights on the car, we are going LEDs. So let's try them out right now. Okay, so it's much more quieter here. I'm going to unbox these. We've got a set of H11s and 9006. So I don't know which is which. I'm going to do research, but first we are going to unbox those lights. And by no means I'm not the greatest unboxer on earth, so please keep in mind. So pretty straightforward. Written BPS lighting right there. 906. So I think these are the low beams, because I remember the connector on the HIDs were just like that. So H11s, much smaller box. So what's the difference? Maybe it's the socket, I don't know. Yeah, okay, so from what I can see, these are much smaller. These are the fogs. And there's even a small fan in the back. So I don't know if it's waterproof. We're going to see that, but that's that. So here are the H11s, and here are the 906. Yeah, so pretty good build quality. This is like, I think it's aluminum. We are going to install that on the car. Honestly, I cannot wait to try them out. I love LEDs, honestly. When I put that on the car, usually, well, I've been using
older version of these from some unknown companies, and they were already good, but these look much better, so we are going to try that right away. So let's go back in the shot with the compressor noise and everything, and let's install this. So we are going to start with the fog lights. So there's a boat right there for the 09 to 11 Civic 8 Gen Si. If you got like 08 and older, I think the fog lights are supposed to be around this area, but I mean, they are pretty much the same. So we are going to replace this because it's going to be plug and play. So we're going to replace this and yeah, see how the BPS lighting LEDs are. It literally took less than a minute. I realized that the bracket is pretty crusty, I'm not gonna lie. Even though the car has never been driven during winter time, it's pretty crusty. The good thing though, I realized that I think the lens itself is pretty easy to replace, because you're going to see on the other side, that's the reason why I'm filming the right side. On the left side there's a huge crack. I'm going to fix that, that's for sure, but for now we're going to replace that. It's super easy. I just need to undo the bulb, and there you go. Oh, there you go. I just need to swap the LEDs and we're good. We are going to take the fog lights, and it's pretty straightforward. Oh, there you go. So as you can see, don't mind the crusty bracket. It's done. So we just need to plug that in place right there, and there you go. So before putting it back in place, we are going to try it. So I don't want to let it hang, and I don't know why I just raised the car that much, but anyway. Here goes nothing. Oh wow, okay. I think there's a huge difference. Let me show you. That's the left from right. That's crazy. So like I said earlier, the best way to reach for the headlights, it's down there. So I'm going to take my, by the way, I'm going to take my Rigid Tools impact, and this thing is a lifesaver. Honestly, I love it so much. Super powerful, and you can use it all day on one single charge. I mean, in the shop here, the guys are using my tools to work on the cars, and they love it. So if it's good for us in the shop, it's good for you, for sure. That's for sure. Sorry, it's a bit noisy, but if it's noisy, that means it's powerful. There you go. So the shifter bushings are installed, the BPS lighting LED conversion kit is also installed to the car. Now the only thing left to do is to get the car on the road and drive it. So of course it's daytime right now. We are going to we're going to get a feel for the shifter, but we are only gonna see the real results with the BPS lighting system tonight. Plus, look how freaking bright that is. That's super awesome. So let's get that car on the road. By the way, you probably realized that, oh my God, it feels so much different already. You may have noticed by the video that the suspension is already raised on the car. In the first video, you could see the car was almost slammed to the ground. And there's a reason for that. There's upcoming parts for the car that will include a suspension system, so that's why I reinstall the original suspension. And to be honest, in the meantime, I'm not even disappointed to be running the original suspension, because even though the car is super high, it feels so good. I mean, the 8th gen Honda Civic, the Civic Si, is right off the bat, it's a wow. It handled so good. The shifting feel is dramatically improved. Like I said earlier, it's so much better. It reminds me of the Civic Type R, to be honest. My FK8, almost the same thing. And also, don't forget, I do not have the base, the shifter base bushing. I don't have a short shifter. It's the original shifter assembly on the car, only the bushings, and it's super good. Really good. By the way, a lot of people love the noisy intake. In this case, I feel like it's almost too obnoxious. So there's going to be some change underneath the hood really soon, because I'm not a fan of it. I mean, super loud VDEC, but the way the intake is done, there's like restriction in it. So, and it's poor quality. It's probably like a Chinese knockoff intake. So, and it's super loud. Like I said, there's almost no exhaust sound in the car, only intake. Yeah, it's really fun, but maybe too fun. Like I said, super noisy intake. I definitely need to change that. I don't know where I'm going with this intake choice. Let me know in the comment section down below, by the way, if you're driving an 8th gen Honda Civic, or maybe even the 9th gen, what intake are you using? I really want to swap the intake manifold for the RRC, the Civic Type R intake. That would be great. Definitely going on my DC5 Type R with the RRC. Or maybe what I could do, I could take the RBC intake from the Civic Si, install that intake into the DC5 Type R, and get myself an RRC intake from the Civic Type R, the FD2. And you see, it's a great idea to get cars, like different cars, but all the same engine, so you can reuse parts. So guys, with that said, if you like this second video on the budget build 8th gen Civic, please consider giving it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I won't say it enough because it helps me a lot. I'm trying to reach 10K, and just with the last video I gained like 100 subscribers, and it's so cool. Honestly, it really gives me motivation to move forward and do more stuff on the car, so that's super cool. And also, if you want the links to get yourself BPS lighting, LED conversion, or the Acuity part for your 8th gen Civic, or all other Hondas, all the links will be in the description down below. Don't forget to get your Racer's Edge shirt for a limited time only. So if you want one for Christmas, the link will be in the description down below. You can order it right now and you'll get it in time for Christmas. So great gift for a gearhead. If you're a Fast and Furious fan, or just like a car guy, you want a Racer's Edge shirt. That's pretty sure it's going to be available in black or the OG red. So with that said, guys, it was awesome to make this video. It was not easy. Some parts were definitely more tricky than others. But anyway, it was fun. Let me know what you'd like to see next on this build, and I see you in the next one. Goodbye.